Don't even know how to do this anymore. Hi, YouTube. Hi, people. Remember me? Yes, me from 2.5 years ago. I'm back. I'm a mess. Literally. A mess. Okay, so it's been a minute. It's probably been like 2.5, almost 3 years since I uploaded a video. A lot of stuff has happened. As you can see, we're in a new background, y'all. I did move. Me and my husband, my family, we finally bought our first home, y'all, in 2020. Oh, that was a trying year, wasn't it? Yes. And if y'all could see, look at this. Can you see this? The last time I dyed my hair was October 19th. It is now February 5th or 6th or something like that. This is my 5th time attempting to grow out my natural hair. I was trying to be a hashtag silver sister, hashtag growing gray naturally, hashtag grombre, but I've not settled with it in my heart yet. So we're gonna wait a couple more years before I do this. But as y'all can see, I have a lot of silver. This is my natural hair coming in. There's a lot of things that are coming up this year that are very important, especially right around the corner. My 18-year wedding anniversary is coming up. And this, I don't know how to cover this up for my anniversary, you know, like to dress up real cute. How am I gonna, you know, what am I gonna do? Usually what I do is I wear headbands, I wear baseball hats, I work in the hospital, so I wear scrubs, I wear, you know, bouffants for a nice event like a wedding anniversary, and also my daughter's graduating high school. You know, I don't know if this is gonna be the year. I have gotten my hair dyed a couple times because, you know, new house, I ain't trying to mess up my grout or anything like that. So I haven't been dyeing my hair at home. I've been going to get it done. This is gonna be my testimony on, because I'm gonna tell you what I've been using. Stay tuned. If you wanna know how to cover these grays, stay tuned and watch this video. This is my tried and true method. Works every time, works like a charm, covers these up lickety split. I've been from very low end costing salons like Fantastic Sam's all the way up to paying over $200 to get my hair, you know, colored. Even tried to attempt to get money pieces, you know how they bleach the front, and this is a high-end salon, y'all. They couldn't do it. They bleached my hair, and this got bleached, this was still the same color, and then this got bleached and they colored over it. But look at that, it's still a little light there. I'm gonna dye my hair, I'm gonna color it at home, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it at home. If you're like me and you grow your roots grow in like really quick, like mine's come in, you can see them like within 2 weeks, and you like need a retouch and you just were at the salon and spent $200, then you might want to do your own hair color at home just to save time, money, because we're busy, y'all. We in the middle of a pandemic still, and we busy. We have kids, we have lives, we are working, we are doing the most, and we don't have time for that. Water break. I'm gonna fill y'all in on a bunch of stuff too, why I was absent. But anyways, back to the color, y'all. Back to the color. I've been using this color. Y'all can go back like probably 5, 6, I don't know how many years back, because I have a lot of videos on this product. And it's accessible even if you are not a hairstylist or a cosmetologist. This is where what you're gonna get. This product works phenomenal. It is Agebeautiful. Agebeautiful. I'm using Agebeautiful 3NN, which is the darkest intense brown. I might have to turn this around so you guys can see, because it's not reflecting very well, but I will take a picture of it. This you get at Sally's Beauty Supply. This is a permanent liquid hair color. This is a liquid cream hair color. This is the one that comes in a tube that you have to mix in a bowl with a brush and 20 volume developer, which I've also gotten. All of those things are at Sally's Beauty Supply. This is the 20 volume developer. I got the Agebeautiful. This is not sponsored, by the way. I'm gonna show y'all how it works, because while I was telling you I go to all these salons and none of them can cover my grays, I literally would walk out of the salon, it don't matter which salon, and still see my grays. This is the only product that covers my grays and matches the rest of my hair. Nobody's able to match this. So this is a permanent hair color. Like I said, this is the cream one. You can also get it in a liquid, comes in a smaller box. That's the one that you would mix with the 20 volume developer, and you would mix in a bottle. and you know, like the ones that come in the box from like Walmart or Walgreens or anything like that, you would mix that up like that and then squeeze it onto your scalp like that. If you prefer that method, then great. If you prefer the brush on method, this is what I have, this is what I'm using. I do both and they both work just the same. These are 2-ounce tubes and they are 1-to-1 ratio. So if you're using 1 ounce of color, you're gonna use 1 ounce of developer. And you're gonna need some hair clips, some brushes to apply. I have a big one and I have a small one because usually when I do my hair color, I also like to touch up my brows, boo-boo. I like to color them because it gets them the same color as my hair. So you wanna make sure you're precise about it. Or you're gonna be running around looking like a staniac on the dance floor. Also, y'all, I'm sick and tired of watching these videos, seeing y'all with no gloves. Get some gloves. Get some gloves. Dollar Tree got gloves. There's no rhyme or reason why y'all ain't wearing no gloves. And a shirt that you don't care about. This is my hair coloring shirt slash. I wear this to sleep too, y'all. It's super comfortable. I've had this for a long time. Cause you know, I want to catch whatever falls. Hopefully it doesn't get on my floors or anything like that. So you guys are gonna watch me transform. I'm gonna go from this to something better than this. Okay, so my bowl has actually ounces in it. And I believe these are milliliters. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up with 3 ounces of developer, and then I'm gonna put 3 ounces of color in. Remember, 1-to-1 ratio. This color is 3NN, which is darkest intense brown. The N stands for natural. So they have N's, they have V's for violets, they have blonde, they have every hair color from platinum to black, and a bunch of colors in between. So the 3NN is an intense dark brown. I love this color. I feel like it just, the dark hair in me just, it looks healthier, it looks shinier. The gray hair is really pretty. I noticed that I have natural silver highlights and I think they're pretty. I'm just not ready for this transition. I think at this point in my life, it's cool. And I feel like I'm a neutral, I have neutral undertones, but I feel like it washes me out a little bit. Like when I've been looking in the mirror to see, I don't know. Tell me guys what you think down below. Is anybody watching going through the same thing? I've got my bowl and my developer ready. It's a lot in there. Be careful. I haven't started mixing yet because once you start mixing, the color starts to activate and it starts to oxidize. Part your hair, brush your hair, make sure that you can get through it because what I'm gonna use is the tail end of my brush. While I'm coloring, I'm going to like pull down my hair, dip in my color and apply to my root area. I don't have much gray in the back. I'm more pepper, more salt in the front. Around my face is not as bad, but in the crown, like up in here, is where all my grays are. Let me get my brush.
Brush it out so I can get through my hair easy.
I'm going to go ahead and part my hair. Doesn't have to be perfect because you're literally gonna go through all of your hair, so it doesn't matter. Like right where the ear is, like right here, you're gonna take those sections and you're gonna pin them up because we're gonna work from the back of your head to the front. Not that gray hair is not cute. It's cute. I think it's beautiful. That's why I was gonna do it. I've done this 5 times, like I said. It's just not for me right now. Maybe in a few years I'll do it. So how is everybody? How are you guys doing? I hope that everybody's okay and that everybody's safe. Going through this whole pandemic, I know has caused us all a lot of stress, fear, anxiety. Some people have lost their jobs, a lot of people have lost their lives, and I want to say my deepest condolences to everyone that's watching that has lost a loved one. I'm so sorry. My prayers and my thoughts are with you. Losing a parent, losing a loved one is so hard and it's devastating, and it took me years and years to finally feel good. So I'm gonna start mixing while I'm talking and start applying. Anyhow, you guys, I haven't recorded since probably the middle of 2020 or earlier part of 2020, I'm not sure. My mental health was in a bad state. I was in a very dark place. I, almost had a nervous breakdown, and a lot of that stemmed from my mom passing away. When she passed away, I had to go right back to work. It was around the holidays. I didn't have the PTO, and I didn't really get to grieve my mom. So 6 months later, I started to grieve my mom, and for years after that, I probably should have went to counseling and, I had support, but it's just I internalized a lot of it, and I didn't let my family in. I didn't want to burden them with how I felt, but I did wind up burdening them because my mental state was not good. So I was on some meds. Thank God I'm off of those meds. I've been off of them now for well over a year. And I gained a lot of weight because I was on those meds. I got up to 275. 275, y'all. Look back at my videos when I first started this. I was at 200. I got off those meds and I started to lose weight, and I started to get healthy again because right before my mom passed, I had lost 50 pounds. I was doing low calorie, working out, going to the gym. Look at what I'm doing now. So this, I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm just going by touch. Trying to feel where my hair starts. And once you get enough, you're gonna take a section down like that. Let me show y'all again this time because it's too, you gotta go up and then you gotta go down. Don't worry if you miss anything, but try to saturate it as best as you can and go up as high as you can, like where your regrowth is. To make sure it's fully saturated, and you want to take small sections, especially if you have a lot of gray like me. Anyways, I'm going to keep doing the same thing. I started to lose weight, and I was doing pretty good. I was on the right track, and I started having really bad chest pain and upper, pain that was in the middle of my chest and pain under my breasts from left to right. And I was ignoring those pains because I just thought because I just started a new diet, my body was not used to it. So I just figured that it was because I was constipated. Well, good thing I work in the hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack one day at work. I know I'm young, but people can have heart attacks in their 30s. I was having chest pain, I couldn't breathe, I got really hot, really sweaty, felt like I was gonna pass out. But thankfully all my coworkers, my nurses, my techs, everybody saw what was happening, and they quickly got me down to the ER and they worked me up. And when they worked me up, they told me that I had gallstones. This was the same week that we were closing on our house. Doctor was like, listen, you're gonna keep having these gallbladder attacks because you have a lot of stones. So you need to call a general surgeon within the next 3 to 5 days because these attacks are gonna come more frequently and they are gonna be worse than the one before. And I was like, okay. But in the back of my mind, I was like, this is gonna have to wait, baby, because I gotta close, we gotta move. We were waiting for 6 months to move in because we were waiting on our home to be built. I brushed him off because I was like, they gave me morphine, and I literally felt that morphine. I felt like I could go right back to work, but of course they sent me home and told me that I was gonna be off for 2 days. 2 days later, in the middle of the night, I had the worst gallbladder attack. When I tell you, I was screaming. My husband was knocked out. He didn't hear any of it. My daughter, who was in her room, heard me screaming in agony, came and tried to help me. She woke my husband up. It was midnight. It was a thunderstorm going on outside. So my husband had to take me, rush me to the ER. I was just in the ER just give me the morphine, give me the morphine. And they were looking at me like, you're gonna get this and that, not morphine. Whatever they gave me did nothing. And I was like, I was just here. They gave me the morphine. Just give me the morphine. I probably look like a drug seeker, but I was in a lot of pain. I didn't care. Y'all, I looked a hot mess when I did not care. When you're in pain, you don't care what you look like at all. That goes out the window. Your decency and your self-awareness of what you look like, you don't care. I'm in there waiting for my medicine, thinking they're just gonna give me something, they're gonna send me home. This doctor walks in, one that I hadn't seen because he was just a hospitalist, and I was just seeing the ER doctor, and he's like, "So, he was an Indian guy, you have pancreatitis, and we are going to admit you." And I was like, "Are you in the right room?" And I told him my name, and I was like, "Are you in the right room? I'm here for gallstones." He was like, "Yes." And he repeated my name, and he said, "You have pancreatitis." And I was like,
"You're joking right now, so I can't leave?"
He's like, "Nope, you're going to be admitted, and you're going to have emergency surgery for your gallbladder." And I was like, I am a surgical tech by trade, baby. That is what I do. I've been doing that for the last 15 years. So I was like, not ready to be having laparoscopic gallbladder surgery at all. Especially not at that point. Our move-in was 5 days away. 5 days. Like, it was gonna be happening at the worst time. So they admitted me. And thankfully, the doctor that did my surgery was a doctor that I had worked with back at the old hospital, because I work in labor and delivery now. But I used to work in the main OR and do all kinds of surgeries. But I was very familiar with the procedure, with the cholangiogram that they had to do to make sure that there was no other stones anywhere else. And he told me if they saw anything with the cholangiogram after they did my gallbladder, that I would have another procedure the next day. I was like, "God, please no." At that time, we were like 6 months into COVID, and no visitors were allowed. So I was by myself, having an emergency surgery. My kids, my husband, nobody could come to see me. And it was just very scary because I've had surgeries before, but this was my first time having an emergent, unexpected surgery where no one could come visit me. So I was literally praying to God that everything would go okay and that I would be all right. And praise God, everything was okay and I made it through the surgery. Since then, I have had to change my diet quite a bit. When you have your gallbladder out, y'all comment down below if you've had your gallbladder removed. You cannot hold lots of foods in your system. They come in and they go out. Your body's very sensitive to fatty foods, and because I had the pancreatitis, there's 2 reasons you can get pancreatitis. One of them is if you have gallstones. So if you have gallstones and you develop pancreatitis, they have to remove your gallbladder because it's affecting your pancreas, which can affect all your other organs, and you can get very sick. It could be fatal. The other reason that you get pancreatitis is if you're a heavy drinker. So now I'm gonna start doing the front. I'm gonna make sure I get this real good, get this nice and saturated, y'all. Before I left the hospital, y'all, I was begging them to leave. I was trying to do my best to drink lots of water. They were hydrating me to get my lipase levels back to normal, because that's what happens. Your lipase levels go high when you have pancreatitis, and mine were very high. But thankfully, I was discharged the day before we closed. But before I left, this doctor comes in to see me, another hospitalist, and tells me, because you had pancreatitis, you are at a higher risk of developing pancreatitis again. So I am telling you that you should never drink alcohol again. I was like,
What?
I'm gonna try my best with God's help to not drink ever again, because my body is telling me no. Tell me if you guys have had any of these problems, or if you have anything that you want to share about how your year has gone. I'm gonna keep going without talking. remove the color because it was all over me. I still have some there. I'm just using rubbing alcohol and toilet paper, tissue, whatever you want to use. I just looked at the time as 10:35, so at 11:20, that's when I'm going to take this color off. You can use the smaller brush for your hair on your brows, or you can use a Q-tip. I have a video on how to color your brows. I'll link it up here if you want to just watch that. You don't have to leave this on for 45 minutes like your hair. You can leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes, but I would just keep an eye on it because you can always reapply. But if it's too dark, you'll just have to wait a couple of days. It'll fade and it will get lighter, but it will shock you if you leave it on really long. And you just want to make sure that you trace the brow really good, because if you don't, you're gonna have dyed brows that are not matching, you know, cousins, not sisters, and we want them to be sisters. So there's my brows. Be very careful when you're doing your brows. I'm not recommending this. This is just what I do. Disclaimer, this is what I do, but this is what I've always done. So squeeze out the alcohol so it's not dripping, and close your eyes. You should really have your eyes closed when you're coloring your hair, because you don't want to get it in your eye because it'll burn bad. All right, now we wait, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when I wash it out, and then I'll show you what it looks like when my hair is done, makeup done, all that's done. And that'll probably be in the morning because it'll be midnight by that time. So I'm removing the color from my eyebrows because it's been about 20 minutes. I left them on a little longer, but look. It looks like I have my brows microbladed, ombre, or colored in, and it's just a color, and it will wash off after a couple of days. Can't tell me nothing. Can't wait till it's done, y'all. Whew. All right, I am done. I did all my things, took my shower. My brows are looking good. I got most of the hair color off of my skin. I've moisturized, shaved, did everything. And now it's time to look at this hair. Y'all remember I had all that gray right here? Look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Perfect coverage every time. You see any grays? Because I don't. I love it. It works wonderful. This is why I'm going to stick with this, because salons, I don't know if y'all look in the beginning of the video, I forgot to tell you guys, when you saw my gray, you also saw another color of brown, and then this, that was from when they didn't color my hair the correct color. This is what I use. I got this off Amazon, but you can get it at the salon. Biolage Color Safe Shampoo and Conditioner. It's for color treated hair, no parabens, so it doesn't strip the hair. And I'm gonna brush it, and I'm gonna put this Biosilk Silk Therapy in. You can find all this stuff like at the salon, at TJ Maxx, but I'm gonna link them down below. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna let it air dry, and then I'll show you what it looks like tomorrow, all done. So we are back, and it is the next morning, actually the next evening. I slept on my hair, so it's a little bit flatter. If I would have blown it out, it would have been a little bit more fuller. Just put a little bit more Biosilk and some hairspray to lock in some of the curl. But I want you guys to see how shiny my hair is. This hair color is awesome. While I'm in the shower, before I rinse my hair out, I like to let this color rinse down my hair. Kind of move it around in there just to, you know, freshen up the ends. And then I shampoo it with the Biolage Color Safe Shampoo, and then the conditioner, and I leave the conditioner on while I'm doing everything, so it stays on like 15-20 minutes. Then I rinse it off with cool water. Cool water is important to seal the cuticle of your hair. But look, you guys, you see any grays? Remember all the grays that I had in here? You remember All the grays that I had in my crown, they are gone. And this matches my ends. I'm so happy. I'm everyone. You know how we feel when our hair is done. So let me know what y'all think down below. Let me know if you've used this color, this brand before. Hope y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Bye.